Right now I'm standing at my Chinese box turtle enclosure, one of my favorite enclosures at Rose City Reptiles. This enclosure is my first pond I ever built and I'm really proud of it. I think it's looking amazing, but I just turned on the sprinklers. It's about 6 o'clock p.m. and these turtles really like to be active. I'm going to show you guys all of my Chinese box turtles and talk to you about why they are one of my favorite animals, but definitely favorite box turtle. They are amazing. Really love these guys. And some reasons why I love them so much is because of how easy they are to care for. I live in Texas, but I know people who live in other states who keep Chinese box turtles outside all year round. Let's get in here and get a closer look at this female right here. I've had her for several years now. Unboxed her right here on the YouTube channel. So I don't know if anybody saw that video that's still around. That was several years ago, but amazing female, full grown now, and just fantastic, super social. But like I said, easy to care for. I don't want to have animals that take up tons of my time. I'm a dad, I've got 3 kids, I have a life. You know, we've got a reptile business, but I don't want to be working constantly. I want to enjoy the animals that I keep, and Chinese box turtles are exactly that. If you set them up in an enclosure like this, which really is not hard to do, I'm gonna find another one while we talk. Setting up this enclosure was quite easy. There's one always down here. There's some thorns down here, but here's one of, look, this one's down in the mud. But what I love the most about these guys is that they can be outside all winter long. So all winter, I don't have to provide any heat to them whatsoever. They don't even have a proper like hide in here. Everything's naturalistic, and that is what I love about them. So when there's power outages, things like that during the winter, our big winter freeze that we had a couple years ago in Texas, no worries whatsoever about these guys. They handled that just fine, buried underneath the substrate. Right where you see these guys, they bury down into the ground all winter long, and they stay there from like October, November-ish until I didn't see them till April. So they were down brumating for quite a while. So just amazing turtles to keep. And then also feeding them is very, very easy. There are some fantastic pelleted diets that you can feed, and that works really well. I feed them this Missouri croc diet, and then I also have Missouri turtle diet. But let's go ahead and bring some of this over here and we'll offer that to them. But that's a really easy thing to have. Anytime you have an animal that can eat a pelleted diet that you have, and I can throw it out on the ground, I can throw it in the water, and they come out and they love this stuff. I also feed them fruit. They love papaya, bananas. We have night crawlers that I buy that I give them, but then they do a really excellent job at just foraging in the enclosure. Every morning, every night, I see them out here just digging through the pine needles looking for insects, and they do a really good job at finding them. So yeah, I just take these pellets. My kids like to do it. We just come out a couple times a week and just toss them into the enclosure, and they do a really good job. I always see them come out and start looking for them. Inside of this enclosure, we have a 1.4. So we have 5 of them. We have 1 male, 4 females, and look right here, there's actually another one that's coming out. Oh, he's actually getting away from me. These guys are quick, but he's just tucking up in his shell. When they're smaller, they're not quite as social. This is our male. So males are hard to find. If you buy a baby and it turns out to be a male, you lucked out. So this guy was pretty difficult for me to find, but I did end up finding him last year. So this is our only male. We're really waiting for him to get some size on him. See, he has that big long tail. But that's how you tell the difference between a male and a female. But here's 3 of them here. So there's still 2 more that we are gonna try and find. So you can see he's got a piece of that croc diet. They love that stuff, and so does she right there. But that's the size difference between an adult right here at the top and then a juvenile. He's gonna take it in there with the other one, eat it in peace. He's a little bit more skittish at that size. All right, here's another one. This is another one of the adults. This is an adult female that we unboxed right here on the YouTube channel, me and Liam. If anyone remembers that, let me know in the comments. Beautiful female. She's very social, not scared of me at all. And she lives right underneath this really cool log. So she is almost always right underneath it there. She kind of is the dominant female in the group. She gets the best part in the pond. And if anyone comes right in here, right here in the front, I'll see her sometimes chase them off. But there's plenty of room in this enclosure. It's a 8x16. Lots of room, lots of places to hide for the 5 Chinese box turtles. So far we have seen all of them except for one. So there's one female that we have not seen yet. Well, it looks like we're only going to be able to find the 4 Chinese box turtles. One right there, one back there. That's the thing with having naturalistic enclosures. Just look around here, you guys. Like, just look in the water. There's just so much plant growth. I mean, look in here. It's so lush right now this time of year, and look at this fern. It's really easy to not know where one is, and so that happens to me all the time. I rarely ever find all 5 of them, and that's just what you might consider the downside to having a very naturalistic large enclosure. And so, but I hope you guys enjoyed checking out these Chinese box turtles. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next Rose City Reptiles video. Peace.